Welcome to the Theosophical Society in America. I'm Barbara Hebert, the National President. In our previous e-newsletter, we shared with you that our head librarian, Marina Maestas, passed away due to injuries sustained in an accident. Since that time, many of you have sent emails to us sharing your thoughts, your prayers, and your meditations with us on the passing of Marina. You've talked about how much help she was to you in specific circumstances, how much she means to the theosophical world, and we're so grateful. We're passing along these emails to Marina's family so that they also know how much Marina meant and means to the theosophical world. 2020 has been a difficult year, and it continues to be difficult. Our thoughts and meditations are with those who are being impacted by the unprecedented and terrible fires in the western part of our country, with those who are being impacted by the storms in the southern part of our country, and to people across our country who are impacted by separation and loss during this COVID-19 pandemic. All of us have been impacted in some way by the civil unrest that has touched almost every area of our country. And many, if not all of us, are struggling with the divisiveness and uncertainty that seem to be a part of our world today. H.P. Blavatsky wrote, "Do not be afraid of your difficulties. Do not wish you could be in other circumstances than you are. For when you have made the best of an adversity, it becomes the stepping stone to a splendid opportunity." Just to point out, H.P. Blavatsky does not say that we won't experience a variety of feelings about these difficulties and adversities. We are human. Therefore, we will experience feelings. Discomfort at the very least, but more likely many of us will experience anxiety, fear, sadness, and anger, just to name a few. Whatever we feel is valid. Our feelings are always valid. It's what we do with those feelings that makes such a difference. It is part of our spiritual journey, part of our journey in this physical body, to find that middle ground between allowing the feelings to come instead of pushing them away, but not being overwhelmed by them. Not an easy task, but it is an essential one. And we are being provided with many opportunities for this work. We can look to the words of Blavatsky and recognize that regardless of the depth of difficulty in which we find ourselves, there is hope. It is through adversity that we find our strength and recognize that we can move forward. Former International President N. Sri Ram wrote, "Let your courage mount with difficulties. There would be no will if there were no resistance." These thoughts are not intended to negate the suffering that is occurring throughout our country as well as around the world. Rather, it is my hope that the words of H.P. Blavatsky and Sri Ram will help us to remember that when hardship comes to us, as it inevitably will, there is a positive aspect to it. We will experience a multitude of feelings, and we will also find our strength. May we keep those who are suffering and struggling in our thoughts and meditations. And may the holy ones surround us all with their love.